Hello, everyone.
Hello?
Now, wait, let me do that. Hello, everyone. I don't like it. Okay, do over. Hello, everyone. That's better. Welcome back to a very special edition of the Dramatis Lectio. Why it's so special? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But it is special, let me tell you. And some time ago, you might remember that me and Devar have read, or should I say, slogged through the mind-numbing insanity that was My Immortal, the greatest fanfiction ever written. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
We sure read that fanfiction.
It was the perfect storm of 13 years old hormone-driven fangirl meeting unrestrained, uncontrollable, and unalphabetic id manifested through digital paper, if you allow me the analogy. And it's really one of the fundamental reads of the internet culture, modern internet culture. It is a lesson on what not to do when you write a story, and it is also one of the most poignant examples of so bad it's good, and you can never do this on purpose, even if you try hard for 20 years, and it can never be replicated.
Yeah.
So that's the My Immortal experience in a nutshell. And in between that and also that thing that we just tackled, Metroid High School.
Oh, yeah, Metroid High School. That wonderful love story.
Yes, in between this and that, I think we have tackled sufficiently efficiently, with a sufficient amount of efficiency.
Which is more efficient of you to say.
The fangirl side of fanfiction writing. But what about the fanboy side of fanfiction writing? Tonight's opus comes to our aid in that it is often considered the companion piece to My Immortal. That is to say, if My Immortal was written by a 13-year-old with very specific fantasies, this story was written by a boy of around the same age with very specific boyish fantasies. And judging from what I've read about this story on its TV Tropes page, and if it has a TV Tropes page, you know it's good, this is definitely something that I can relate with, because I personally, and I think a lot of boys, used to be into very edgy and violent stuff when we were all around 14 years of age. I know I was.
Well, I know I was too, especially of some of the girl stuff as well.
So this is the story that we're going to read tonight, and it's yet another Harry Potter fanfiction.
Wow, Harry Potter really... What did he do to the fandom to deserve such?
Well, it existed. That's
yeah.
And also, you know, we could discern why My Immortal was titled My Immortal. It's basically the title of a song by Evanescence, which is referenced in the story. But I cannot, for the love of me, understand why this particular story has the title that it has. And the title is H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H H 30 H's. It's usually abbreviated with 30 H's. I am not even kidding. There are more H's in this title than there are words in the actual story.
Yeah, it's like the one H felt lonely and he knocked out the other two letters that are beside it, and then those two letters that stood beside that H took out the other two letters that were stood next to it, and to keep going and going until all the alphabet was replaced with H's.
So it's either a domino of H's or an orgy of H's.
Take your pick, folks.
Alright, so as I was saying, I'm going to read to you a passage from the TV Tropes article of 30 H's, because I do believe it requires to be read, because it's pure gold, let me tell you. This article is gold.
Okay, let's hear this gold, then.
Alright. There are some fanfics that you won't forget. This is one of them. If James Joyce, William S. Burroughs, Alejandro Jodorowsky, Thomas Pynchon, and David Cronenberg, and every death metal lyricist ever were all locked in a room with 20 tins of instant coffee, a typewriter, and no chance of escape, and given one sleepless weekend to rewrite My Immortal, the results might end up being something like this. That's great.
That's amazing.
It's a Harry Potter fanfic, just like My Immortal. It's so bad it's good, just like My Immortal. It has extreme canon defilement, just like My Immortal. However, the two are different in one key detail. Whereas My Immortal was ostensibly written by a wangsty 13-year-old girl, this was ostensibly written by an axe-crazy 13-year-old boy.
Just like all of 13-year-olds does.
So instead of gothic sorrow and vampires, we get groin sauce and demonic astronauts in the very first sentence. Instead of various emo goth bands playing every night in the same wizard town for no apparent reason, we get... you know what? Suddenly I feel compelled not to read any of this article anymore.
Yeah, I was about to advise you not to read anymore.
I was about to spoil me some really good stuff here.
Yeah, so let's just put that away, put that in a drawer, lock it, and you should just read it when we're done with the story, okay?
So yes, that should give you a very, very, very basic idea of what we're going to be meeting up tonight. Basically, it's going to be one of those glorious, nonsensical gore fests as only a 14-year-old boy could realistically think of and, take it seriously.
Yeah.
So, yes.
This is going to be an experience again.
Anyway, this is HHHHHHHHH.
Let me see.
Triple H.
I wonder if there's a way for me to say H as 30 H's as one word. That's literally like H.
Now you know what this is. 30 H's is like Triple H's brother.
Oh,
it's like
either that or the WWE in the future will do a storyline where Triple H clones himself.
Either way, this is a Triple H fever dream, the story. So, and it's written by Second Pillow. And the summary goes as follows. Harry Potter eventually eats a sandwich and discusses life with a famous author. That tells me literally nothing.
It's like air, that.
Okay. So I think this is... Okay, so a 14-year-old boy and a 14-year-old boy sense of humor.
Right, so...
This will either be great or the worst thing we've ever come across.
Right, so the first thing I see here is a disclaimer chapter.
Oh yes, this is a post-mortem note from the author, if you will, which is something that we never got from Gillespie.
So this should be interesting to see what he says then.
So, warning. Chapter 3 includes invented distortions of homophobic slurs, and Chapter 6 includes the word rape, but no actual rape.
Well, that's good.
I guess it's good to know. Also, spoilers. I was a much younger, less worldly person when I wrote these stories. I felt that things like rape and homophobic slurs, while awful, could be warped into absurd caricatures that transcended their earthful origins. While this may be true in other contexts, from other authors, I do not feel it is my place to do it. The experiences of those who have suffered from rape and homophobia are bad enough as it is, without my story normalizing the language that makes them accepted. If only Gillespie had learned that lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, before we got to the Professor Snape and Draco intimacy scene.
Yeah.
Yes, I could delete the stories, but that would not change their history and prevalence. And also, if you did, somebody else would actually post them up on your behalf.
Yeah, they probably would have done.
I choose to let them remain as a testament to my prior ignorance.
Well, you gotta hand it to the guy. He's basically confessed that, he was ignorant back in the time, and he's just leaving it here just for future generations to see what he was like.
Yes, that's not going to stop us from
making fun of
ripping a hole through its dark heart, so to speak.
No, yeah, we're just gonna make fun of it.
So let's see how terrible this terribleness can be.
Yeah, we're gonna be tasteful or less tasteful, depending on.
And we have already the my immortal habit of having really ridiculously short, paragraph-long chapters already.
And this is only chapter 1.
Okay, so Devar, do you want to start reading?
Okay, I'll start reading then for us. Chapter 1. No title. Dobby relished his groin saw's roar. What the heck was that?
It's a chainsaw that comes out of the groin.
Don't you people know anything about science?
I think science went too far. Okay, let me see. Relished his groin saw's roar as he withdrew the flesh-choked blade from the astronaut's ruined skull. He turned to Harry, thrusting his bloody, retina-covered pelvis with elfin feather.
Okay, this sounds like an actual extract from the script of Tetsuo, the Iron Man. Either that, or it's a stupid fanfiction.
Well, you know what I have to say about this?
What?
I'm done!
No, but seriously, in Tetsuo the Iron Man, there was this guy slowly turning into a disgusting, horrific amalgamation of flesh and machine, and at some point he literally drilled his girlfriend to death during sex.
Why does that sound so familiar? Like I've seen that before.
Oh, because it's one of the fundamental cyberpunk films from Japan by director Shinya Tsukamoto. And I have been actually talking about this film and this director in previous occasions during our many podcasts. So maybe you heard it from me.
Strange, I feel like I've seen
it. Either way, this immediately reminds me of Tetsuo, the Iron Man. And it makes me simultaneously happy and extremely worried.
And uncomfortable. Anyway.
No, really not. This is, I'm already, thanks to the TV Tropes page, I'm already in the right mood to enjoy the insanity.
Right then, so I think Dobby's talking here, so
I don't know who Dobby is, but apparently he has a retina-covered pelvis with elfin fervor. No, wait, that's Harry.
Yeah. How does Ronnie Ron taste, master? Harry spat out an eyeball.
Like some kid with eyes.
Dobby ducked an astronaut's poison-barbed fist, digging his groin saw into the beast's abdomen and letting the spray of viscera wash over his elfin space armor.
Okay, I just remembered who Dobby is, and this, from a mental image standpoint, makes no sense.
Yes.
Also, who the heck is the astronaut? That's
what I'm hoping it's not Ron, because he says, "How does Ronnie Ron taste?" So that's a bit concerning.
So in the first line we have chainsaw massacre and cannibalism.
Yeah. Anyway, the skull's eye socket on his shoulders grew brilliant when an infernal cast and vomited a bolt of light through an astronaut. He was thrown back against the death wall, his flesh boiling in another dimension.
Death Wall, that has to be the name of a heavy metal album.
Yeah.
Death Wall!
Death Wall. Harry slapped Dobby, who giggled.
Yes, slap me more, master. Dobby has been a bad boy.
Harry reminded himself to kill himself later.
I thought we left my immortal at the door.
Master, look out! Dobby's groin saw screamed as it flew off the armor, rocketing through the air like an early dream of mankind. What did I just read?
I don't know, but it was phenomenal.
It flew through 3 astronauts who dropped their hell spears as the saw cut a hole in the ground beneath them, so they fell to hell forever.
Okay, I did not understand a single thing that's going on here.
No, I didn't either, but all I got was astronauts and having hell spears, so that must mean it's Doom guys who are holding spears of hell. It has to be it.
Something really confusing is going on here, but apparently it's totally awesome, so it's okay.
Yes, that's all you need to know, folks.
Apparently, groin saws and astronauts and the early dream of mankind and Death Wall.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you spear. Nah, I don't.
Everything is death and destruction and all that.
Yeah. Okay, so on to chapter 2, and
yes, and I'm going to read now since we technically changed the chapter.
Yeah.
So, I guess now Dobby knelt before his master to do you know what. Harry withdrew his guitar, which is named Fuck Slayer.
Well, that's both generic and awesomely terrible at the same time.
From a dimension where all screamed for naught. I'm starting to think this is actually the pilot episode of Metalocalypse, because it's displaying the same level of mature writing, really. And I think that's saying a lot about Adult Swim and adult-oriented cartoons being actually very juvenile.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is so infantile and juvenile. It's amusing because of that. He has a guitar and he calls it Fuck Slayer.
Does that mean the
That's
guitar fucks people, or does he fuck the guitar?
Or does the guitar slays fucks? Which makes no sense.
Well, this is all the fucks I slayed, and it's none.
This is all the fucks I give. Anyway. Wrote from the silver heart of heaven's false promise, laced with vessels that pulse with angels' menstrual blood. Wow. Hewn from the horns of Satan's generals, it laughed as it was set loose, a laugh that only Harry could hear, but no one could share. I should point out, this is actually well written, as in well written from a syntactical and grammatical standpoint.
Yeah, so far I've not noticed. I mean, it's only short so far, but we haven't noticed any obvious spelling mistakes or improper use of grammar or anything.
No, this is something we're not used to come across in fanfictions, but apparently we have an example of good presentation and just being absolutely nonsensical and terrible from a content standpoint, which is to say it's well written, but it's still absolute garbage.
It's very fancy looking garbage.
And it makes absolutely no sense. The quintessential 14 years old boy power fantasy. And we've all been through that phase at that age. So, like I said, I can actually relate with this nonsense as opposed to that fangirl nonsense that was my motto. That and also, all the mistakes.
Anyway, let's continue on.
Harry swung the guitar through Dobby's chicken neck. He took the head of his fallen dwarf slave and tore open his stomach, stuffing the head inside.
The visuals.
Gratuitous violence. I think Max would love this story. you know Max from Sam Max.
Sam Max, I know what you're talking about.
Harry vomited steam and summoned
he vomited steam.
Stream would have been better, if you ask me. Harry vomited streams, it's party time! Harry vomited steam and summoned a great meteor from space to smash into Hogwarts and kill everyone there. Well, that was a short story. For no reason at all. It is literally written here. For no reason at all. It's there. The story is commentating itself on our behalf.
The writer knew that he basically just said this just for no reason.
So, like I said, teenage boy, power fantasy, and a teenage boy sense of humor.
Obviously a well thought out one.
Not really. Like I said, it's written properly, but it doesn't change the fact that none of this makes any sense. And the attempt at humor is completely out of place.
Well, I agree with you on those ones. I just meant it took a lot of time to make sure everything was correct, most likely.
Honestly, this seems like the story you write in 5 to 10 minutes, and then go back and correct enemy spellings.
Yeah.
Because that's my experience with fanfiction writing, honestly. So I'm just going by what I know. A vision then appeared. It was Dumbledore. Oh my god! It's spelled correctly!
Oh my god, it's not Dumbledore or Bumbledore.
It's not Dumbledore. It's not Dumbledore. It's not Dumbledore. It's Dumbledore. Oh my god!
It's the real one, Madhog.
I am not used to see so much carefulness for a spelling characters' names right. I don't know what to say.
If only the same thing could be said about the defiling of the characters themselves.
Well, that's a whole other matter altogether. It was Dumbledore, entombed in his cursed mummy armor, calling Harry from his moon base, which wasn't on a moon.
But how can it be a moon base?
Well, that's the joke, obviously. Duh. Harry, you must rock the fuck out. On it. Okay.
What the hell you doing, you motherfuckers? Rock the fuck out!
Rock the fuck out! So Harry Van Allen channeled his rage through Fuckslayer. The angel blood boiled as he summoned the great meteor. I thought he already had summoned that.
Yes, I thought.
And, never mind. Swathed with the blood of the tiny fucklings at Hogwarts. Okay, this is something that was written by somebody who actually hates Harry Potter, or at the very least hates, the Harry Potter's fangirls, because he's killing everyone in the first 2 chapters.
Yeah.
The tiny fucklings at Hogwarts leapt onto it and flew into space. He encased the entire meteor in a wreath of holy fuckfire. And flew through Mercury, killing the fuck out of it.
No, then you ruined the gravitational pull of all the planets in our solar system, thus causing a great chaos in our universe.
Not to mention you're ruining my Sailor Moon fanfictions. Then he sent Mercury's carcass into Venus, killing the fuck out of it, and making every vagina in the galaxy explode. And inside every vagina, a booby sang of mortal life's fleeting precipice. I don't know what to say to this. Do I even have to say anything? I don't. I really don't.
No, I'm speechless, actually.
I could actually, read all of this story with a straight face without saying or adding anything to it. And that would be it. That will be our episode of Dramatis Lectio. Done.
Yeah, no quips or riffs. Well, I'll try, but still, this fanfiction is not giving me much to work with.
This fanfiction is killing the fuck out of our sense of humor. It's making our vaginas explode, let me tell you. Harry then did fly his meteor through space, punching astral vampires in Elf with his fists encased in fuckfire and throwing their ruined heads into the past, where they beat cavemen on Mars so that history changed and now there are vampire cavemen of Mars. Makes sense to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Harry received another vision from Frumblegore, who was having tea and chumpets with the president of Pangea? Excuse me?
Pangea? You mean
the original continent of the world before it separated into various smaller continents?
Yeah.
And it had a president.
Was the president a dinosaur? Or a caveman?
Okay, I love the idea of Frumblegore, as it is called right now for some reason, having tea with a T-Rex. That's care to have tea, Harry? You know how I hate chumpets. Chumpets are for vaginas. I am a man in space riding a meteor playing guitar.
I have to ask this just because, well, it's a British thing, but did he mean crumpets?
He probably meant crumpets.
Yes, because that's not how you spell it.
Don't ask.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's go to chapter 3 and see what happens next. Because I'm sure I'm curious to know what happens next.
Yeah, especially since, well, he destroyed everything, apparently.
I think you let out your load a bit too early in the in the story.
Yeah, so let's see what we got here. Chapter 3. Harry slammed his book shut. It wasn't really a book, because the pages were made of lasers and the words were made of headless women, making godless love to dragons made out of motorcycles.
Hey, but it was still reading.
But it was still reading.
I'm sorry. Okay, I have to say, I have to give props to this kid because at 14 years old, I was not half as creative as he was. Well, I have to admit, he really took all the things he liked and just mashed them together. And he released his id completely onto digital paper, and it's completely unabashedly himself. He's completely unapologetically being himself and not caring about, anything else, as in making sense. For example, he most certainly doesn't care about that. He's just having fun, writing a bunch of random things, put them together in some sort of a coherent sentence, and let the reader be baffled by his mad brilliancy. I was
gonna say this kid must have been really inspired by tons of heavy metal albums. He must have just put them in a blender, eat them all, went on a complete heavy metal high, and wrote this. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how is it possible for pages to be lasers and words to be headless women making godless love to dragons made out of motorcycles.
I want to know how Harry can read that.
I want to find artwork based off this story. This would send Salvador Dali on a frenzy out in the streets, running out naked. So much it is insane, and so much you can't picture it. Just wow.
Oh gosh, I think this is Harry talking here.
Dumbledore, if you don't stop, we'll starve, and no one will be around to kill everyone in the universe if we get around to bringing everyone back to life after we kill them.
What?
Okay, sure. So apparently, Whiz was in the neighborhood, so he snapped his finger and he brought everyone back to life by traveling back in time or some other stupid idiocy. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am no longer Scrumplegort. Okay, is this Dumbledore? It's just that it keeps replacing the names.
Okay, I think I get it. I think he's purposely making fun of my immortal with all the name changing.
Well, yeah, I think that's obvious right now.
Yes.
The ancient man dropped some of the planets he was juggling.
He was juggling planets. Wow. Okay.
The worlds have shifted. I am Dethklok of the Dark Meal. Of the Dark Meal.
Dethklok of the Dark Meal. Okay, is this the missing episode from the heavy metal anthology?
Is this the man in the cafeteria who thinks he's God and he's just juggling balls of mashed potatoes?
I have to say, this would send Douglas Adams into an homicidal frenzy.
He flexed one of his legs, which was made of pistols, and kicked a planet in half.
His leg was made of pistols.
What the heck?
Suddenly I'm not entertained anymore. Bugger you, Dark Meal! Fuggart of 1,000 suns!
Dethklok sniffed. And what of it? Is it a sin? Should a man feel like faggarting a son or 1,000?
So that's what he meant by inventing homophobic slurs.
Yeah. Why should the suns heave through the void, if not to be skewered by upon own fagpoles?
What?
I think he... I think the author at this point just had some sort of a high of a different kind and lost his vocabulary. Harry cast a glance at the book. Unsavory sounds emanated from the particularly damned chapter. He was hungry. He looked at a nearby cup. It had a faded brown film on the bottom. He thought about chumpets.
Okay, maybe it's actually making fun of crumpets.
Yeah.
And is calling them chump-its because
Yes.
he thinks it's clever.
Yes.
Again, 14.
Right, so that was the end of chapter 3. Yeah, he's thinking about crumpets.
Oh my gosh, no. I sneaked a peek to the next chapter. I saw the word ninjas in it, and I'm already dreading this.
Well, luckily for you, you're reading it, so be off with you.
Yeah. Harry had found some food. It was guarded by 3,000,000 surf ninjas.
That's how he saw that movie, Surf Ninjas.
For it was the last food on Surf Ninja Moon X. I'm having trouble understanding where is the story taking place.
I can't place anything.
The ecology had been decimated by surf ninjas, so the last food was a cabbage and mustard sandwich. Harry squatted in the ruins of a castle which had been many skulls arranged to resemble one large one. It was Mogeko Castle.
No.
Well, in reality, it was a Skeletor's castle, but it had been poorly done, with the cheeks fading into an amateurishly executed jawline. The silent killers of the night had negated their innate advantage by only plying their craft on surfboards. Damn it! Okay, if we are surfing, we are the best assassins in the world. But only when we are specifically on a surfboard riding the waves.
I don't know.
Any other time, we are completely useless.
I don't know. I don't think a surfboard would even suit Demonox's character, Demona from Beachside.
Well, neither being an assassin, if you ask me. Oh! During the day. This is weird because this is a full stop sentence that follows another full stop sentence.
Yeah.
So basically, after surfboards, there is a Steve, and then during the day, and another Steve, as in a period.
And then we go to the next one, the next paragraph.
Harry was about to eat his cabbage witch when a man in a when a man in a tuxedo appeared from behind nothing much. He stood 10 feet tall and his head seemed wrapped in unwrappable darkness.
It was wrapped in unwrappable darkness.
He was darkness in zero.
Oh no.
Sorry.
I am Rape Radbury.
Oh my god.
My gosh. Oh my god.
Oh, I get it. Rape Radbury. It means Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
It's a pun for famous author Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I am surprised that this kid know who Ray Bradbury is, considering he's 14.
Yeah.
But this doesn't excuse this awful pun of a name.
No, it doesn't put the author in a good light.
I am Ray Bradbury. I write critically acclaimed fiction that always turns into fact. That's why I have more money than anyone. Harry dug a bit of cartilage out of the cabbage witch and continued chewing. Would you...
Oh, no.
Yeah? Much like you did. Would you care to discuss one of my books? I hear that my, ellipsis, Harry fished out another bit of cartilage. It was a cartilage and mustard sandwich. Okay.
Yeah.
You shouldn't believe what everyone says about me. I took a shower with my cousin once, and I have racist thoughts. I don't get any of this.
I don't know who said that.
I think it's still Rape Radbury. A nibbit of yellow cartilage landed on Rape's shoe. He thought about his cousin. Sure. Let's all go have a shower with our cousins.
Oh, which one?
Oh, joy. The next chapter is the shortest chapter in existence.
And I have to read it. Great. Right, chapter 5. So far I have nothing other than just plain unabashed speechlessness from all this.
At this rate, we might be able to read it in its entirety in one night.
Yes, it's 10 chapters long.
9.
Yeah, 9 chapters technically, yes. I think I should tell everyone this, just because it's funny. This fanfiction is not only rated T, but it's also an angst romance.
I am yet to see the angst and the romance.
So,
but I'm sure they will pop out in the final 5 chapters.
Also, characters' names here are Bellatrix L and Samus F. I have not seen either of these characters in this book yet. This tells me so far this kid wrote this just to troll people.
This is clearly a troll fic, because it makes no sense, and every chapter is a non sequitur from the other one, and yet it is well written, in quotation marks, so that you know this could not have been an accident.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the actual reading now. Sorry about that, folks. The Inquisitors were torturing Harry so suddenly. You didn't buy him dinner first. First, Ignatius used the rock.
I guess Billy then used the scissors, and someone else had to put in the paper.
And, yeah. Okay. Then Billy asked Harry if he wanted to read his BDSM blog.
Mm-hmm.
Harry was so surprised that his pants flew right off.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. I am surprised by something, and poof, my pants basically explode, and they travel on the far reaches of the galaxy. It's surprised. Like, this seems like a Monty Python sketch. You know, something along the lines of man turning into Scotsman.
Yeah, I can't help but think of that sound effect that goes like, yeah, it just flies off.
Yes. Hey, Devar, do you want to know something surprising?
What?
This fanfiction is not very funny. Hey, you want to know something else very surprising? Wait until you know that. You know something else very surprising?
What? What's surprising next?
Donald Trump is winning. That's actually not surprising, sadly.
Anyway, he was wearing women's underpants.
Okay.
I hate when that happens to me.
Yes, that happens to me all the time too. I'm so surprised my pants flew off and people can see that is Tuesday, so I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
Yes, and I'm wearing panties with the nice black ribbons on it. Anyway, the Inquisitor... I think I just disgusted Madhog. The Inquisitors were wearing them too. They realized that they were all men of the Lord.
I kick ass for the Lord.
So not only do they kick ass for the Lord, but they wear women's panties in order to be men.
For the Lord.
For the Lord. Oh.
This is... wow.
Oh my gosh, Madhog. Chapter 6, well, is the most longest chapter in existence.
And guess who has to read it? Mm-hmm.
Good old you.
Yeah. Harry awoke to the throaty grumble of a rape ape.
You mean Grape Ape's not so popular cousin?
Not a rape ape, but the rape ape. It's the alpha rape ape. Rape gorilla in the fog.
Oh gosh.
The last of his kind after the subjugation of the rape forest. You can't just take every name and add the word rape in it and think it's clever.
Or funny, for that matter. It doesn't work.
Yeah, for some reason I don't think this was meant to be funny, actually. I think this was meant to instill a reaction. You know, like trolls.
I know, shock value and all that jazz.
Yes, and you know, that awareness is actually making me not enjoy this story as much as I thought it was going to enjoy it. So, there's that.
So,
anyway,
let's continue.
His people once graced the canopy. Their penile digits... Are
you trying to tell me, fanfiction, these apes, or these rape apes as you put it, have dicks for fingers?
Their penile digits proudly grasping the vines as they swung through the night. Their hundreds of sweaty simian dongs trailing a now fetid memory in the rape ape's watering eye.
Rated T, everybody!
Yeah, you know, the one story that actually deserved the M rating does not have it. Then again, it is so juvenile that it really doesn't deserve it either.
Yes.
It balances itself out. As his ocular ducts, go to hell! Marble Pros, go to hell! Eye of Argon. As his ocular ducts began to well with ancestral pride, so too did the countless meaty members sprouting from the rape ape's every hairy inch. From his eye sockets, ear holes, even his callous toes, a penile font of cry juice birthed a deluge.
What?
I'm currently in auto mode. Harry observed this with consternation as he was tied to a table. Neither magic nor supracosmic strength would free him from his bonds. Had this creature access to an unknown material of deistic strength, or did the rape ape have a secret yet more baffling? Wow, he knows the word baffling. That's baffling.
Yeah, so baffling as much as... Never mind.
Harry squinted so he could see the subatomic strings of the ropes. He began tossing antimatter at them with his mind as a group of children entered the rape ape's hiding place. Why? How? Why? Children all of a sudden.
Why would you want children, these rape apes?
They were well groomed and impeccably attired.
Oh, don't say groomed. Don't say groomed, Arthur. That sounds so wrong with children.
And there were 8 of them. Just enough to represent an array of genders and races that would leave no one unhappy, save for the Eskimos.
What do you have against the Eskimos, huh?
Okay, I see what you did there. It's not funny. It's not satire. It's just meh. I'm starting to think this kid's main inspiration was an episode of Family Guy, honestly.
Well, this was written in 2005?
Wait, when? This actually precedes My Immortal by 1 whole year.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? So anyway, they were on their own as far as the rape ape was concerned. Why do you cry, rape ape? Asked child 3.2. The hell? The rape ape, unwilling to hide its greasy primate cock tears, hung its head and gravity cocks the eye wangers downward. It tied them together into a bow atop its head, to be pretty for its guests. "We are bound in this ligature of lingam, brother Rape Ape," said child 4.6. I thought the Rape Ape was going to talk, so that's why.
Yes.
The children surrounded Rape Ape, holding their hands, and began to sing. Harry was transfixed as he watched the children, gently swaying with the song. Float skyward. Wait, what? Float skyward?
As in just floating to the sky?
The little ones began to orbit the Rape Ape, who was convulsing as though stricken by the seizure devil. As the song increased in tempo, the child flesh bubbled and merged into a spinning wonder turbine. The fleshy kid mass sprouted hair and growing dribbles just like the Rape Ape, and sprayed confetti into skies of past and future, setting the constellations aflame with the opalescent of the perished Rape Apes. An explosion of color and hair left Harry Potter alone and still bound. He thought about sandwiches.
All that, and he's not bothered about what just happened. He's just more thinking, I wonder what type of sandwich I will have later. Could I?
I am. I don't know if I should be consternated or just annoyed by all this.
I have no idea how to feel about this.
I am leaning more towards annoyance than anything else.
Chapter 7, and we're so close to the end already. It's like the shortest trip we ever had.
Good. You wouldn't want this to be longer than that.
No, this is definitely a very
This is basically an acid trip made into literature.
Yeah.
There is no better way to describe it.
Yeah.
It is a lucid but completely transfixed and transcendental acid trip. That explains why it is both simultaneously complete nonsense, but it is written in a syntactically correct manner, at the very least. This story might actually be a level from the game LSD.
Yeah, that really, really weird dream emulator.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, dream simulator.
No, dream emulator.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Okay, Chapter 7. Harry Potter awoke in a pit that reeked of hot sauce. He could feel viscous fluid under his fingernails, burning the tender skin. Everywhere were white bags bulging with foul product. They were diapers stuffed with chicken bones and hot sauce. Why? The foul odor blossoming in the muffled dark. Harry's nostrils begged his brain for mercy. He flew upwards, away from the saucy mysteries below. The smell grew faint, calling him to return. Like, no, Harry.
Come back to us.
We'll treat you right. Harry ignored their lies, flying beyond the lips of his prison. Probably literal lips at this rate. He was in a laboratory.
You're not American. You are allowed to say laboratory if you want.
Okay, I'll say it like this. He was in a laboratory with machines that had no purpose beyond blinking lights and soft hums.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the next line has a reference to Rage Against the Machine. At this rate.
Yes. Hello, my boy, son. You make a father so good.
You make a father so good.
Okay, I'll say it like that then.
No,
hello, my boy, son.
There.
You make a father so good.
First of all, you don't know how to do that.
Yes.
Second of all,
I'm doing a Mario though, so that's equally as bad.
You don't know how to do the Mario properly. I know how to do it. You don't. Okay. Capisci me?
No, I will not.
Capisci me a me?
No, I will not capisce you.
Oh my god, no, stop. Stop, just stop.
Harry had flown out of the nose of an old man.
Okay, I get it. You know what this is? This
What?
is Sonic Dream Collection.
Yeah, Sonic Dream Collection is another beast entirely compared to this.
Okay, so far I have compared this story to
LSD.
to the LSD game, to Shinya Tsukamoto's filmography, to Sonic Dream Collection, to the script for a lost episode of Metalocalypse. What else is there?
Well, we'll have to see, won't we? How deep this rabbit hole goes for you.
And there you go with American McGee's Alice.
This man wore a white coat, yet was drawn by the hand of an idiot. His voice came not from his mouth, but from elsewhere. A sad attempt at humanity.
Okay, one has to wonder if this author had the foresight that his story was going to be somewhat popular, so he wrote it in a specific way that it would, cause all the artists that wanted to actually draw artwork based off of this just go insane and shoot themselves in the throat. How do you mentally conceive all of this? How do you visualize all of this?
Very, very carefully, with a scalpel.
A book made of lasers, with every word being a headless woman having sex with dragons made of motorcycles.
Exactly, very carefully. Okay, I know you'll do so well. Now you choose.
Choose wisely.
The man reached into his coat and laid out 3 diapers.
Great.
Brimming with the spicy bones of the nose prison.
Ew.
He removed...
Disgusting.
Yes, it is disgusting.
So basically they are diapers filled with boogers.
Yeah.
Or moon rocks, if you will.
He removed his head and stuck it on a spike on the counter to keep it from rolling away. The diapers began...
Yeah, maybe I need to do that to prevent my head from rolling away.
I think we all need to do that from now on. Yeah, just to make sure it stays put. The diapers began to stir as creatures clawed out of bony wombs. And
Eddard Stark was onto something when he's got his head on a pole.
I don't know why, I can't help but think of... The diapers began to stir as creatures clawed out of the bony wombs! Look at all the bones! Arrayed before Harry was a turtle, the reptilian body so frail that it seemed an afterthought to the shell. A bald weasel with toothpicks for legs, and a wrinkled thumb in a glass of water. Oh, okay, So basically, Ninja Turtles and I Am Weasel make it to the scene. Yes, and the last guy is from Steve Otaker's Thumb movies. I think that's the name of the YouTube who basically retold movies like the Titanic but with thumbs.
Oh.
It's actually a very interesting thing. I actually recommend to watch it because it's well made with high production values for its kind.
Oh, good to know.
Okay, anyway, the old man's head called out from the spike. Everyone has...
Okay, Spike, take a letter.
Everyone has one. Make your best friends for life. Harry drank the glass of thumb water and spat the thumb at the old man's head.
And that's the end of the chapter.
What the heck?
Okay, I need water.
Yes, I think everyone needs water. Just make sure there's no thumbs in it, guys.
Don't worry, mine has no thumbs in it.
Good.
Only eyes. Where do you think you're going?
I'm actually getting my glass of water over here.
Oh, okay. Oh no. What is this? Why do I get the worst and longest chapters from this train wreck?
I know. Let me quickly check something. That's weird. The next chapter after this is actually shorter than this.
Oh, come on!
It's like this fan fiction had it out for you.
Ugh. So, Severus Snapplebottom, I have no freaking idea, began his life as a hand on which were perched each of the 5 first presidents of a country called America.
America.
America!
Fuck yeah! Also,
Okay.
Severus Snapplebottom.
Coming down, save the motherfucking day, yeah!
Obviously, Severus Snapplebottom is meant to be Severus Snape.
Oh.
But, you know,
So,
butchered.
the first 2 presidents, Gehib and Snownash, were turned into ashes by a passing wave of fast food regulation. Okay, this sounds like I would usually begin a story after my Sonic the Hedgehog phase. Their ashes were consumed by children in various Wendy's establishments. Each plastic packet was a coffin for their memory, and no one knew their name, even though they were listed on the ingredient list. You know that up-and-coming R-rated animation film about the food basically coming to life and all that?
Yes.
We found the original script. These children became soldiers in wars fought for control of who had all the bullets. Whoever shot the most bullets, the fastest one. Is he trying to write a witty, satirical depiction of the American history?
Either that or we are just getting stories that have American.
No, he's
stuff
trying to be.
involved.
No, he's trying to be witty, poignant, and satirical. He is failing at every turn, but he's trying. Definitely. I can believe this was written by a teenager, but I find it hard to believe it was a 14-year-old boy. Honestly, this is showing a level of writing, as dumb as it is, that kids of that age are seldom to show. So unless he was an idiot savant, the 3rd president, Wahuli.
What a name! Wahuli!
Wahuli went to a country that was nothing but a desert with half-buried turkeys. Sometimes turkey butts were above the sand, sometimes a leg or a head. Wahuli tripped and fell into the turkey head, where he was eaten and ordained as a rabbi. As a rabbi. I don't believe this is happening.
I don't either.
Again, satire. And that's how the Jews were born. He was sent to trim the beards of 157 toads, whose beards were absorbing the water that was used for the next year's crop of shovels. Okay, I have a hat. There are pieces of papers inside the hat with names written on them. Okay, let's pick up 3 random words from the magic hat. Let's see, what's this? Oh, beards? Okay, that's one. And what's this other one? Oh, toads? Okay, that's a second one. The third one, shovels. Okay, so here's a sentence. Here's a sentence from this bloody story. Here's a whole sentence. My God. Without these shovels, the peasants would be unable to shovel the ashes of their children from the bullet wars. Yeah, I know. Wahoo! Took these beards and formed a lasso. This lasso was a ropey wonder. He used it to tear off his penis and write the 13 Commandments of America upon a passing eagle in cock's blood.
What the frick?
Okay, 3 words from the hat. Let's see. Lasso and penis and commandments. It's a sentence. It's.
I know what this kid is trying to do. Or trying to say, but it's like
it's really dumb. It's really dumb, and you should only try satire if you actually knew what you were talking about, and not the pick up random words from the magic at approach that this kid seems to be using. So there's that.
I can't help but think a robot chicken would go for a joke like this.
Yes, I could compare this with Robot Chicken. It's about as dumb and offensive. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Hey, look at me. I'm a show about your nostalgia. And we're taking all these characters you grew up with, and we're having them either murder each other violently or being total jerkasses. Because postmodernism and nihilism and nothing matters, and we hate ourselves. Whoop-de-doo, comedy, laugh with us. Stupid, baffling idiocy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the 13 Commandments of America, and they are all listed below. All 13 of them. Oh, joy.
Yes, let's actually read this. This should be amusing.
Number 1, you are stupid. Very, very subtle. 2, baby, someone cut off my dick and wrote in an America with it.
An America?
Wrote an America with my dick. Okay.
So it took your dick, he wrote the entire country of America.
3, if a whale tries to sell you a pumpkin, don't.
What, don't sell the pumpkin? Never mind.
Number 4, your head is an artifice. Throw it away, but don't let anyone see you do it or you'll be kicked out of school. Number 5, always collect a ghost's shadow. If it leaves one behind, it will be worth something someday. Sure. Number 6, Starbucks napkins are hereby the new currency, but only after they are smeared upon the corpse of a mule. The exchange rate will be 13 mules to 1 napkin.
I don't get the logic of what this is supposed to represent.
I don't care. Number 7, taxicabs will be used to build a pyramid with 290 sides. It will be the White House, and the president will live there for 17 years at a time, while you eat your children's ashes on a bun. Okay, so if a pyramid has 290 sides, I am fairly confident in saying that it's not a pyramid.
Yeah, and it doesn't look anything like the White House.
Number 8. On Father's Day, you will enter an invisible box and be plunged into the ocean. There, you will enter an undersea candy store, but you will never have enough Starbucks napkins to get what you want.
Aww.
Number 9. It is all spam. All of it. Spam, 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 spam,
wonderful
spam, wonderful spam. Check the box and delete it. Now delete yourself, for you are spam.
No, we are but a fart when it comes to the Earth, and we are just lingering.
Number 10. All clocks will be inscribed with the entirety of the alphabet to save time. This is the alphabet. 6 plus 7 equals A. 14 asterisk 12 equals B.
Which is supposed to be times, but they use the asterisk to represent that.
whatever. 16 minus 11.2 in between brackets
Yeah, but I don't know what to call them other than bumpy brackets.
equals President Wahoo! Of course. And so on until you reach the period, which is the end of the alphabet. Number 11. This is killing me.
I can see.
All previous constitutions were written by false writers, whose passing egos were inferior and whose cocks had fewer things in them. Except only the American Constitution.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, can I say that? Okay, this, I actually kind of like this.
Yes.
I like this sentence. Except only the American Constitution. That's actually kind of clever.
Yes.
I want to say. But it's a stretch. Anyway, number 12. Spend your adolescence as a duck, waddling in a circle until you become an egg full of dust, to be consumed by your parents.
On a sandwich, no less.
Yes, I added that, by the way. But you wouldn't be able to tell. Number 13. All time is a knotted ball. You can hide it anywhere in your body, and it is still time. Fantastic.
Yeah.
President number 4, whose name was not a name, but a multitude of hot dogs in the shape of swastikas. Decided that he would create the Gilded Age. The Gilded Age. Wow. Okay. This was a time in which every edge was embossed with a golden trim, like a wedding cake invented by Thomas Edison. I fail to see the analogy here.
I do as well.
All the women wore bonnets made of butter and were picked up by their feet and spread on toast in the summer. This is going off the D-band, really. It was all for naught, because this was not the toast of the righteous. It was a feeble toast, one which withered with the coming of the sun. Not even the crows would touch it, preferring the taste of mouldering poop water.
Ew.
But the crows were put in dresses and sold to the highest bidder, where they underwent liposuction. Okay, so crows, dresses, liposuction.
Would you like some panties to go with that too, crows?
Oh my god. President 5 disliked the conservative learnings of his brothers, so he became an infinite two-dimensional grid of pink and green squares. Each square had a vagina upon it.
Of course, I wanted.
These vaginas each emitted a spear of light, upon which was skewered an endless succession of planets. Each carried a culture dedicated to a single sex act. The further down the skewer the planet was, the more orifices possessed by its denizens, and the more gymnastic their sexual culture, the world's ellipsis.
And it just ends.
Okay, surprisingly, I have only one question about this.
What?
Where's Harry Potter during all this?
I was about to ask that question until you asked it.
Okay, you know what? Okay, this story began as a really unfunny joke, like Marvel, but it ended up like a really self-important bunch of nonsense, much like Marvel. So, yes, now we also have the Marvel comparison for this one.
Lots of comparisons tonight with this fanfiction.
Lots of comparison to a lot of stupid things.
Yes. The final chapter's here. So, and I get the short 3 paragraphs here, which is a shame. Anyway.
Good for you.
Anyway, so chapter 9. Harry Potter lay, dreaming. In his mind, there is a hat. With papers in it. That's three different words.
Okay, let's see. Ape, rape, children. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Okay, let me just move away from this joke. In his mind...
Free hat!
In his mind, there is a hat, suspended. It comes unhinged, travelling beyond the dream. The hat finds a sunlit hill, studded with flowers and children it's either gorging or gorging themselves on chocolate. Chewing faces and are smeared with brown residue. Perched atop the hill of its brim, the hat is still. It rolls down the hill, skating between the chocolate-stuffed children. It comes to one child and stops. Without chocolate, the child stares blankly at its neighbours, filled with emptiness. The hat points its empty bottom at the child and sprays a glittering beam of rainbows.
Oh, no!
Not again. They encircle the child's hands, transforming them into chocolate.
Majin Buu, is that you?
Tears of joy streak.
Actually, this rhymed. Majin Buu, where are you? Majin Buu, where are you? Are you spraying on children? Majin Buu, where are you? Stop turning people into candy.
Okay. The hat points its empty bottom at the child and sprays a glittering... Oh yeah, I read this. They encircle the child's hands, transforming them into chocolate. Tears of joy streak down the child's smile as it begins eating its hands.
I think there is a metaphor somewhere along these lines, but I don't care enough to find it.
I think it's just a fever dream right now, and he just decided to write it down while he still had it. The hat flies into the sky. The child waves a brown stump. The hat ascends to a palace of clouds within. God, bearded and weeping, sits beside a mountain of tiny angels.
Yeah.
One by one, he picks them up and tears off their wings.
Jesus! What's up, Dad? Come here, I have to turn you into ashes and eat you in a sandwich, apparently.
He then places them into separate baskets. The hat approaches God, and the rainbow is deployed. It encircles God's crotch.
Deploy rainbow!
Please tell me it's a groin saw.
Oh, it's a groin rainbow, apparently. It's a groin bow. Oh, God.
A giant chocolate phallus emerges from God's robes. Oh my lord, this is so weird and uncomfortable. Dropping his broken angel, he breaks off a piece of his candy member and smears it on his lips. Please, for the love of God, don't say it had creamy insides. With a chocolate-studded smile, he slowly raises his fist and gives the hat a thumbs up.
Yeah!
Chocolate phallus symbols, the fresh makers.
Okay, there is such a thing as trying too hard, and there is such a thing as not trying at all. Somehow this story manages to be both.
Oh my gosh, the story just went so far out that's not even worth writing anymore or reading. The hat travels into space. It finds itself before the sun. It is a tiny dot before the immensity of the cosmic fire. The hat trembles. A tremendous rainbow issues forth, embracing the sun like a wedding vow. The fire cools and deadens. A chocolate tidal wave roars from its poles and meets at the center. On Earth, the skies blacken. The flowers turn to dust. Humanity expires silently, again apparently, like an infant in its crib. The hat drifts through space, dreamless. What did I just read?
Well, that was etc. Okay, so this is not a good story, obviously.
No, it's definitely not a good story.
But answer me this. Is it so bad it's good?
It's memorable, that's for sure.
But is it so bad it's good?
Debatable.
No. I'd say it isn't.
It's not really, but at the same time, it's like it had a good start.
Okay, so this was clearly meant to be a nonsensical provocation, an attempt at clever trolling with the sprouts of random satire sprinkled all over it for no rhyme or reason. It's very self-important, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's also self-aware. All elements that suggest a key reading of this story being terrible, and nothing more than that. Not even funny. I mean, it is funny occasionally because, if you constantly say random things, occasionally you come up with a sentence made of brilliancy, like the American Constitution, for example. But for the most part, the novelty wears off, basically. And when the novelty wears off, there's nothing left for you to enjoy. It's exactly like watching Robot Chicken, come to think of it.
Yes.
So there's that. Incidentally, Robot Chicken began in the same year, 2005. So, yes. So that was 30 H's. A waste of time, I dare say. I think the TV Tropes page has overhyped the so bad it's good factor that this story might have had, which it doesn't, in my opinion. And it's really not a fun read. It's just an insane read, but not in the good way that usually insane reads tend to be in our profession.
Well, I found the first few chapters entertaining, at least in its madness.
Yes,
but then it kind of loses steam for me.
Yes, because like I said, the novelty wears off. If you propose a constant barrage of nonsense without variety, eventually the novelty wears off and there is nothing left for you to touch yourself at. Again, much like watching Robot Chicken or most Adult Swim shows, really. I'm in the mood to riff Adult Swim right now because other than Rick and Morty, it really doesn't produce anything that's appealing to me.
Yeah, same here, actually. So, yeah, that was the 30 H's, and so I guess this is goodbye, I guess, but we have to do something memorable just as much. We have to challenge ourselves to make it so memorable that no one will want to remember it and it'll be so terrible.
I want to take a look at the reviews for this.
There's 1,118 reviews.
Okay, so Kaworu Nahagabisa says, best fanfic ever, but that disclaimer, man, that killed it, and not in a good way. Bruh, only idiot would thought that rape and homophobic slurs would be the one that offended anyone in something as batshit insane as this. I mean, in the world that had things like groinso and book made of lasers and headless sirens, women, it's your sanity that would be a concern. That's one review.
Delicious Taffy afterwards says, it's annoying that such an amusing story can be ruined for some people by a disclaimer several years after the fact. Oh no, he grew up a little bit. This really makes the story less fun to read. Idiots, every one of them. This is a fantastic story and it's perfect, exactly the way it is.
Are these people for real? Or are they trolling back? I cannot tell.
I cannot tell either. This is...
Anonymous review. Haha, I love this. I appreciate the trigger warning. When I first read this, I felt kinda uncomfortable with some things, especially the rape ape chapter. Still a fucking hilarious fever dream of a fanfic though.
Yeah, fever dream. That's definitely a thing. Another anonymous guy says, "Hurrah for this ethical disclaimer against the trivialization of some of the greatest methods of oppression known to man."
Okay, so the next one is actually the only sensible review I can actually get behind. The fuck did I just read, and why did my friend link me to it?
I think that's what everyone with a sane mind would be saying. Optimus Prime 22 said, "I died at the rape ape."
XD.
Yeah.
My brain cells died at the rape ape.
Oh gosh, do not read the next one.
Anonymous review. 9/11 would pass silently like an infant into a crab again. Why? Just why?
Why would you even say that?
I think it's in the spirit of the story itself.
But it's in really, really, really bad taste.
Okay, and next one, please.
Dark Cryo says, "Yeah, review 1111. The story is made of win. Thank you for existing." It doesn't win as hard as Charlie Sheen, I'm sorry.
Ale says, "Lol, no need for the warning, Lamau. As a gay person in a conservative house, I say, do what you want for the lulz. Forgive me if I am not 100% assured by this."
Yeah. Blue Raspberry Kitten says, "This is fucking beautiful."
Optimus Prime 22, again? What happened to the demonic raping spears? What happened to everything, really?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Why would you ask about one particular thing? Okay, Scrumple God. Scrumple
come
God.
on! Okay, somebody signed in with a name from this story just to leave a review.
This story is simply legendary. It kills the fuck out of all other fan fictions. No.
Anonymous review. Blue. I don't get it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know either. S-Hole Troll says, "What a shitty story so far."
That's the sensible reaction, I guess. But
yeah.
That's also the reaction I think he wanted.
Yeah.
Anonymous review. And this is the last one that we're going to read because there are other, several pages worth of reviews.
Yeah, which is probably not worth it.
"You are a fucking loser. Way to ruin something fun with your impotent trigger warnings. It would have been better if you had deleted the story over this." Jeez.
That's a bit harsh, don't you think?
Okay, so from what I see, it seems most of the people who read this story were into the joke and they enjoyed it for what it was. As for us, I understand what the joke is, but I just don't find it funny. And that's the problem. That's what kills the story for me. But if these people enjoyed it, they must be either very young or of variable intelligence, if I can hazard a assumption. But they're probably all kids, really. And so...
I say different sensibilities of sense of humors.
I say different ages, honestly. Then again, why would an adult read a story on fanfiction.net? Wink, wink. If not for the specific purpose of making fun of it.
Yeah, I think you're winking a bit too hard there that you broke the internet's window.
I'm going to kill the fuck out of the internet with my fucking winkings.
Yeah, you'll be winking so hard that 7 heads of women will fly out of it.
Yes. And they will combine themselves with my armor made of fuck fire. And random. You know what? Let's end it here.
Yeah, let's end. Right.
Let's do that. So thank you for joining us, everybody. This is being a rather disappointing Dramatis Lectio. But at the very least, I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I hope you had fun too. Hearing our impressions and reactions to this story. And it was fun while it lasted for the first few chapters, but c'est la vie.
At least it's short. That's all it has going on for itself. I mean, imagine if it was as long as My Immortal. That would have been torturous.
Oh, would have gave up at some point.
I mean, My Immortal is bad and badly written, and everything about it is utterly wrong. But you cannot complain about it not having variety in its nonsense.
Yeah, true. But anyway.
So there's that.
But anyway, good night, everybody. And take care of yourselves.
Yes, indeed. And remember, whatever you do, respect the damn Constitution! America! Fuck yeah! Coming down to save the motherfucking day! Yeah! Slavery! Yeah! Oh.
Yeah, you need to cut that out.
Nah.
Okay, good night, everybody. Take care.